Today, we're going to give you a sneak peek into one of the talks that I'm doing on how artificial intelligence is helping improve sales, helping sales, the department, be more productive. According to Gartner, 30% of all companies will be using AI to enable or augment one of their sales processes, one of their primary sales processes by 2020. I'm going to say this: if you are waiting until 2020 to implement AI anywhere within the sales value chain, you're missing the boat, because companies are implementing this now. Sales CRM vendors are implementing this right now. It is the middle of August 2018 as I record this particular video, and one of the CRM vendors, HubSpot, just rolled out chatbots for everybody. You can just install it and run it. And so there is tremendous opportunity for salespeople to take advantage of these technologies, especially since as vendors incorporate them into their products, you don't have to have a programmer or a developer or a data scientist on staff to make use of at least of some of them. So let's take a look at what's available today from a technology basis and see how this will impact your sales processes. And that's something you can use to start thinking about, well, what vendors should we be using for our CRM or our sales enablement or marketing automation, and so on and so forth. The four categories I want to touch on today are driver analysis, time series forecasting, natural language processing, and natural language interaction. Now let's dig through each of these in terms of what it means for sales. What will sales get out of it? Driver analysis is a type of statistics where you take very large sets of data with it's called high dimensional data, and you try to figure out what are the most important variables within that data set. So imagine you're prospecting and you've got all this information about your prospects. You've got dates and times and interactions and touches, and company firmographics and demographics, and you've got behaviors, and you've got preferences and movie tastes and likes of music and stuff on Facebook, and you've got all this data. What actually predicts whether someone is a good lead? Dimensional analysis, dimensional reduction, and driver analysis will help you distill down by saying, we know from past data, these are the good leads and these are the not so good leads. Okay, what do all of the good leads have in common? In a mathematical way, boiling all that down to statistics and saying, okay, this is a good lead has these probabilities of these variables. That's one of the things that you should see an immediate benefit for when you're using AI. It's a type of what's called supervised learning. You'll also get better sales analytics, because just as prospects and leads have all these different characteristics, so do your sales processes. If you think about the sales pipeline, you have your prospects, you have leads, you have opportunities, you have pitches and proposals and deals. Think about the inner workings of a sales CRM. That's all data that you're collecting, but probably not using to the greatest effect. So as AI gets incorporated into more and more CRM products, we should be seeing better and better sales analytics, because it should be distilling down and saying, yeah, you're collecting all this data, but these are really the variables that you need to pay attention to that tell you whether a deal is going to close or not. The second category is what I call time series forecasting, being able to forecast out what's happening. So there's three things that you'll see here. One is sales enablement, helping you predict when people are going to be searching for the thing that you do, whether it's make widgets or sell coffee or whatever the case may be. And then being able to say, okay, we know that this is when salespeople need to amp up their dialing efforts. They need to be scheduling more appointments. They need to be doing all these things because these are the periods of time that matter the most. Second, of course, any type of time series forecasting is naturally going to have sales forecasting. Based on all of your sales data, when are you likely to make, what kinds of sales are you likely to make in the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and so on and so forth. And of course, if you've got sales data, then you'll also have things like revenue data. So being able to forecast for salespeople, what are the commissions that are likely to happen in the next quarter based on historical data and current trends. You use artificial intelligence and these predictive algorithms to predict ahead. Here's what's likely to happen from the top to the middle to the bottom of the funnel. The third category is natural language processing, also sometimes known as text mining. And this is where you're going to see a lot of incredible leaps and bounds for sales enablement. We're going to be talking about things like the voice of the customer. What does the customer say? If you haven't mined your CRM to understand what your customer is asking about the most, you're missing an opportunity, and you've already got the data. We also have competitive analysis. If you were to take all of the information that's available about your key competitors on the internet, so chats and forums and reviews and social media, and boil that down, what do people say about your competitors? And then contrast it to what people say about you. Where's the gap? Is there a gap between what people like about you and what people like about your competitor? Boy, wouldn't that be handy to know when you're going into a big pitch. We would expect to see from natural language processing then better sales enablement materials. Once you understand what people are saying, you can tune your sales enablement materials. You can generate content on the fly even. Social media posts as a very simple example. Like, hey, this is a trending topic right now in our industry. We should probably have some content about this. And fourth, you would expect natural language processing to deliver better sales pitches. You're going to improve your pitching based on the understanding you have of the industry, the competitors, your company, and the voice of the customer. So you'd expect those benefits. The last category is natural language interaction, and this is where we're seeing stuff in market right now about scaling first touch with things like chatbots and messenger programs, being able to interact with customers and provide them helpful information, answers to their questions 24/7 whenever the customer wants, as long as they don't mind that first interaction being with a robot, being with a machine. That is a tremendous sales benefit, because now you are open 24/7 and someone can respond to initial customer inquiries anytime, anywhere on any device, because the chatbots will do that for us. It is a tremendous benefit. The second thing is sales CRM interaction. Salespeople are not great about putting their data into CRMs, not universally. Some people are great about it, some people not so much. But in order for us to improve our sales, we need to be capturing all that information. We need to be capturing and transcribing call logs as we have voice interactions with customers. We need to be capturing meetings. We need to be capturing phone chats and emails and IMs and centralizing all that data so that we can then use those other technologies to analyze it. Sales CRM interaction is one of the areas where natural language interaction is going to make a huge difference, because we'll just simply have our phones or whatever, our systems, talking to AIs, and having the AIs transcribe what we say and load it right into the CRM. You can already get great transcription technology for super cheap. So if you've got a voice call or you have a meeting, and you've got and obviously depending on the laws in your area, make sure you have permission to do so. But you can take the audio recordings and stuff it into an AI and have it spit back text that you can then do large scale analysis on. For one salesperson, this might or might not be useful, but if you're a sales manager and you got 5, 10, 20, 50, 100 sales reps, you kind of want to know what people are saying. You want to know, and you especially want to hear what the customer is saying. And you can't listen to all 100 people making 100 calls a day. You just can't do that. But with this transcription process through AI, and then the analysis of the text mining, you could at least get a sense of what's being said. So that was a lot in about 9 minutes. Driver analysis, time series forecasting, natural language processing, and natural language interaction are the 4 technologies that are available today. This is not waiting for the future to happen. These are technologies that are available today. They are already being baked into some CRM software today. Make sure that your sales organization has a plan to use the technologies in each of these areas to boost your sales, to boost your salespeople's capabilities, and to reduce the amount of boring crap that nobody wants to do, and help them spend their time selling more. As always, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and to the newsletter, and thanks for watching. Take care. If you want help with your company's data and analytics, visit braintrustinsights.com today and let us know how we can help you.